Hey there, and welcome to today's video. For today's video, I thought, why don't we do a Tetris house? Now, from my understanding, there's quite a few different versions of what the Tetris challenge actually is. I'm not too sure if there's an official one, but I thought, why don't we do a Tetris challenge, as in, let's do a double wide instead of a 1x1, let's do a 2x2 version of all the Tetris shapes and try to make that into a house. Now, I'll be the first to admit I did cheat a little bit, but the way it currently works, it was either going to be a 2x2 or something very long and skinny, since part of what I thought this challenge should be for myself is the shapes need to stay the way they are, so you can't remove the walls once everything is connected. So I was able to do that for the most part, and I'm sure if I would have changed a few of the pieces around, I could have made it work perfectly. But I really did need to get rid of one of the walls, and I didn't get rid of it completely. It's still considered a separate room, but a spandrel is basically just getting rid of a wall anyways. I could have made it work if I didn't want to have an actual living room or if I didn't want an actual dining table, but since that was what I wanted, I figured, hey, let's try to make this work anyways. Unsurprisingly, the square piece was the one that was definitely going to need to be the bedroom. No questions asked, since you at least need to have a 3x3 to be able to fit a bed. That was the only piece that was going to be able to accommodate it, so it was, okay, let's get this one rolling. So the whole house was built around that main bedroom. And as I was building it, I was thinking, this house was probably going to be quite small, but it ended up being a bit bigger than I was expecting. It ended up being a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, though I did make it a cheater ensuite, and I think adding a second floor to this would have just been a nightmare. Since I was working with only one of each piece, it was definitely limited in what I could have done. If I had an unlimited amount of pieces I could use, I think there would have been a whole bunch of squares and that would have been all the bedrooms. But I think that kind of defeats the purpose of what the challenge is. So all in all, I'd consider myself pretty successful in this challenge just because it actually looks like a house. I was actually quite pleased at how it turned out as well. It ended up being quite colorful. The shape that I chose for the bathroom, I was pleasantly surprised with how it worked out. You could have a double sink, you could have a shower, you could have a tub, you could have a toilet. You could make it a cheater ensuite without it being too much of an issue. I think it was actually an unexpectedly good layout for a bathroom. Same with the kitchen though. Some of the appliance placements seemed a bit off at first, but as I was playtesting this house, because yes, there was a lot of playtesting needed, it actually worked out okay. I was pleasantly surprised, as I said. So as I mentioned earlier, this house has 2 bedrooms. One is for the parent or parents, and the other one is a kid's bedroom. I was debating whether to just make it an office or to actually make a second bedroom. And I decided at the end of the day, let's just make it a second bedroom. So there's a kid's bed and a toddler bed. Which, I mean, if you just want to play with roommates, you can easily swap out the toddler bed. That won't be an issue. So I was able to also fit a full living room. Which, don't even get me started on the color of the couches. Why does the couch and the love seat have different colors? They have the same swatch options, but they do not look the same if you compare what it looks like on the couch versus the love seat. So putting that aside, there is a living room, so there is a designated seating area with a TV. I was able to also fit a bookshelf right by the door where you go to the terrace, since I didn't make it a full-on backyard. There is a dining room table, which I was very surprised to actually fit and work. Your sim can sit on there as well, but they might not like that there was a plant in the middle. And most shocking of all, I was able to fit a desk with a computer. Admittedly, it was a little bit of an afterthought, since I wanted to put just a little hutch there, maybe a little table, have some decorations, some clutter. And originally I was going to put the desk by the door that's by the living room to get to the terrace, but I didn't want to change that door to a 1x1 or change the location of it, so it ended up being by the kitchen instead. All in all, I thought this was a cute little house. I thought all the placement of things actually made sense if you consider what I had to work with. And I don't know what you'll think of it, but I'll give myself a pat on the back because I actually rather like this house. To the point that once I was done playtesting the house, I decided to just make another sim to playtest every other house. I don't know, it was a cute little house and I figured she deserved it. But anyways, we are getting close to the end of this video. Do let me know down below what you think of this one. Let me know what you'd like me to try out next, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great weekend!